our 2022 pre-kindergarten and 6th grade graduates. It's always special celebrating our scholars, and this year was no different as we had our very first Alpha to Omega graduates in the school's history. Congratulations to Malia and Mikkel. Alpha to Omega graduates are those scholars who started AOS in pre-kindergarten and stayed with us all the way through 6th grade. To all of our graduates, mwah, we love you. You are forever scholars.
It's a great day at the Academy of Scholars. Welcome to another episode of Scholarly Speaking Live with Dr. Stacy Lambert-Johnson, the Director of Student Success at the Academy of Scholars. I am Benny Crane Jr., the Assistant Director of Student Success. Today's topic will discuss summer safety.
Thank you for joining us for today's live session. No matter where you're joining us from, whether you're at work or at home, we pray that you're having a great AOS day and hope that you can visit us here on campus someday soon. So last week we talked about how to make this the best summer ever. This week we're discussing summer safety. But before we get started, Benny, where can our viewers watch today's live session once it's over?
Everything from this show ends up on our website, academyofscholars.com, including both the audio and video versions. Now, if you prefer watching us each week, you can find the video version on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and Instagram. If you're looking for something entertaining to listen to on your drive to work, you can download the audio version anywhere you download your favorite podcast. Now, shout out to all those people joining us live today. And to those of you who follow us on our social media platforms, we appreciate you joining us. Do us a favor, tell your friends we're on. All you have to do is hit that share button right there. Comment and tell us about any big plans you have for this summer. Now, has your family had discussions about what to do in situations like if you get separated or if someone needs help? Tell us. We want to know.
So, Benny, my childhood summers and safety are a blur. I grew up in the Virgin Islands and my summers were spent on the beach, literally.
Wow.
And back in the day, summer safety wasn't a conversation that my parents, that I can recall, had with me or any of my friends. Any parents for that matter. No one was talking about summer safety.
No.
We were free to swim out as far as we could in the ocean, climb the sea rocks, which by the way is very dangerous, walk to the beach from my house, all the while without adult supervision. I was only like 7, 8, or 9 when we were allowed to do these things.
Summer safety, I don't remember fall safety, winter safety, or spring safety either.
Right.
We could do some of anything when we were growing up because there was no way our parents could truly have an awareness of what we were doing, where we were doing it, or who we were doing it with. So they just had to trust us. And trusting children to do the right thing on their own without guidance and supervision was fun for me, but I'm glad my parents don't know everything I was doing when they were gone.
That's so true. Now, of course, when I became a parent, I don't think my children did anything during the summer without me overseeing it and making sure that they were being safe. If they were on vacation with me, they went to the beach with me, put on sunblock, drank plenty of water, always at my behest.
Yes.
And if they were at home with me for the summer, of course, we had safety rules there too.
Yes, and me and my wife are the same way. Our kids do everything with us. And when they aren't with us, they're with someone who we expect to provide the same level of attention we would. Plus, they have their phones with them, and they've had them for years. Now, granted, most of those years, their phones were just glorified tablets, but still. Now, true story. 5 summers ago, a babysitter took my kids somewhere and didn't tell us she was leaving the house and wouldn't tell the kids where they were going. So my then 8-year-old daughter, Kennedy, under the seat, texted me and her mother giving us the heads up.
Smart.
Now, turns out the babysitter was just taking them to her apartment where they could go swimming. She was trying to surprise them. But the point is, like you were with your kids, we keep a tight rein on our kids, and safety is always important to us.
That's right. Now, I know the times have changed a bit, but I think summer safety rules are still the same. Nothing can ruin a fun summer quicker than an accident, incident, or injury that occurs. So here are some summer safety tips for parents and caregivers to keep our children safe this summer. First, with the rising Atlanta temperatures, most summers reaching the mid-90s like today and yesterday, parents should remember that being in the heat for long periods of time can lead to overheating, heat exhaustion, or worse, heat stroke. Children may become confused, sick, or even pass out. To avoid this, parents should make sure children are properly hydrated, play in well-ventilated areas, and have access to a space to cool down. In extreme heat conditions, a space with air conditioning is your best bet.
My kids are always safe in the sun with me because they have a firm time limit. I am not spending all day in the blazing sun. With Daddy, you get 2 hours outside. That's it. So, of course, they prefer going to the pool and beach with their mother, right? But I do want to add this, and my wife will probably get on me because I don't do this a lot myself. When you're outside, use sunscreen.
Yes.
People of color, Black people can sunburn. The sun can damage our skin and we can get skin cancer. So if you and your kiddos are going to spend a lot of time outside this summer, we outside. Right. Spray some sunscreen on.
Yes. Now, safety tip number 2. Because we know that the extreme summer temperatures will cause families to head to the pool, lake, or beach, let's talk about water safety. Parents need to remind children that being in and around water is a serious matter and should not be taken lightly. A fun game of wrestling can go wrong quickly in water. Playing with the pool drain can create a critical situation. Remind your child to follow all safety rules of the pool or beach. Make sure you or another adult are monitoring your child at all times while they are in the water.
Pool safety is important. Now, my kids are now 13 and 11, and perhaps I'll let them go to the pool by themselves when they can pass the lifeguard test. Now, with that being said, I encourage you to make sure your children learn how to swim. Learning to enjoy the water safely should be the first step for anyone who will be around the water. And since being around the water can be one of the best parts of summer and make this the best summer ever, investing in your children learning to swim can benefit them for the rest of their lives.
That's right. My children were taking swimming lessons when they were 4 and 5 because if you're going to be my child, you need to learn how to swim because we're swimming in that ocean, okay? Safety tip number 3. Most of our children will be playing sports, going to summer camp, or doing other outdoor activities with family and friends this summer. It is going to be hot,
I'm sweating right now.
Right, and your child is going to sweat a lot. They have to replenish those fluids. So parents, make sure your child stays hydrated. Give them a water bottle and tell them to take sips frequently, even if they don't want to. And refill is needed to avoid dehydration or more serious heat-related injuries.
Have water readily available, even before they ask. Take water bottles with you if you go out. Just like you go through that checklist before you leave, wallet, check. Purse, check. Keys, check. Add to the list, water bottle.
Check.
Check.
Safety tip number 4. Parents, if you're planning on visiting or taking your child to new and unfamiliar places, talk to them about interacting with strangers. Remind them that they should never walk away, get in a car, or go anywhere with a stranger. They should also not take anything from a stranger. If they get lost, they should look for a uniformed officer and ask for help. If they're in a store, they should go to the cashier and ask for help. Either way, parents, have a plan and make sure your child knows what it is.
And talking through this plan is important and shouldn't be taken for granted. One of the scariest moments of my life is when my daughter, who was 9 at the time, got onto a subway car by herself in New York City. And when we weren't ready to get on, so there she is, and the doors started to close. I can't even remember why the doors opened back up. Maybe it was just the grace of God. I just remember the sense of panic and dread, and ultimately the relief when the doors came back open. But what would have happened had those doors stayed shut? It forced us to have a conversation and talk about it.
Wow.
So go over these what-if scenarios so your children are prepared for them.
Whew, I would have panicked.
What?
And finally, safety tip number 5, watch out for food poisoning. Summer means more barbecues, cookouts, and picnics. It also means more opportunities for your children to consume undercooked meat at these barbecues and cookouts, causing them to become ill.
Because everybody can't cook.
They can't. They just can't. So parents, your best bet to be on the safe side is to cut up your child's meat before they eat it to ensure that it is cooked if you have a doubt. If you're planning a picnic, be mindful of the amount of time you leave food sitting out in the heat. Throw away any meat or dairy that is exposed to direct sunlight for a long period of time, specifically 1 to 2 hours. It's better to avoid eating something dangerous than to have to deal with your child getting food poisoning. Well, what do you think? How do you plan to keep your child safe this summer? Have you discussed summer safety with your children? Did you learn something new from today's episode? Comment and let us know your thoughts on today's topic.
And if you're looking for more information to help you make a safe summer for your family, go to our website at academyofscholars.com/scholarly speaking resources. In the meantime, we suggest you check out the book, How Do Dinosaurs Stay Safe? By Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. This is an excellent book for parents to read along with young children to help broach the topic of learning how to behave safely. From crossing the street with mama to encountering a stranger, the playful but careful antics of America's favorite dinosaurs will make readers laugh out loud and prompt discussion of safety issues. And remember, no matter where you live in the world, you can give your child access to an exceptional Christian affordable education with the Academy of Scholars Premier Online Learning. Not only does the Academy of Scholars give your child the opportunity to engage in school at their own pace, but we also provide a comprehensive curriculum with classes like coding and computer science. They'll have your child excited about school each day. The Academy of Scholars Premier Online Learning is the online school you've been looking for.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's live session. To learn more about our amazing school, the Academy of Scholars, please go to our website at academyofscholars.com. Join us next time as we continue our live discussions. Next week, we'll be talking about how to motivate your unmotivated reader this summer. Until next time, I am Dr. Stacy Lambert-Johnson.
And I'm Benny Crane Jr.
Saying goodbye and be blessed.
The Academy of Scholars. Exceptional, Christian, affordable.